Hello, this is Dr. Shepard, exercise physiologist, School of Physical Therapy at Marshall University. Really like to try to take biomechanics and some science here and apply it to the baseball and softball swing. Just did a video recently on YouTube talking about bat lag, bat drag, and loading concepts. And the title of that video is Making a Good Hitter Better. But I'd like to follow up a little bit on one of the concepts in particular that I was talking about when I'm talking about bat lag. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'd like to draw your attention down to the bottom here where you got Aaron Judge with a home run swing. And one of the things I emphasized in the previous videos to make sure that the tip of the bat, the top of the bat, stays inside of your hands for as long as possible throughout the swing. As you see Aaron Judge doing so here. So when that occurs and the hands are in front of the elbow, you are preventing the bat drag, and therefore you're going to have much higher bat speed and good exit velocity. But the other thing that increases bat speed is releasing the wrist. However, I think there's a misconception there about releasing the wrist. And first of all, if you hold the angle of your wrist, and let me show you what I'm talking about here, you can see the right wrist here. The angle is being held, that is, the thumb is being pulled back, and you are not releasing the wrist forward. And you can see where he is holding that angle. Well, that angle that has been established from all the way back here is established when you're pointing the the knob of the bat toward the catcher. You can see that a lot of coaches would say, oh no, you're wrapping the bat around your neck there. Well, that's exactly what you should be doing, and a good way to teach an athlete how to do this is to point the knob of the bat toward the catcher's face mask, as you see here. Now, the reason that you're doing this is you are presetting the bat lag, all right? And that bat lag is something that we want. We want lag in the swing because when we release that lag, that's going to give us a lot of power. So if your knob is facing the catcher, as you see here, then you continue to keep that bat inside of the hands. And when you do, you are creating that angle at the wrist and maintaining the lag in your swing. Now, that lag in your swing is going to increase your power when you eventually release it. And that lag in your swing keeps you inside of the ball and makes your swing very short to the ball. So there's a lot of reasons to do this bat lag and keeping the tip of the barrel inside of your hands throughout your swing for as long as you possibly can. But there's another reason that is never talked about that is causes this bat lag to be advantageous, and that is to stabilize the bat, to make sure the bat is not unstable and you know exactly where the barrel head is going to be when it hits the ball. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you hold this angle, then the bat stays behind your hands all the way through the swing until contact with the ball. So you can see he's getting ready to make contact with the ball, and this angle in his wrist is still there, so he still has his hands in front of the bat. All right? So another reason other than the power and the short and quickness to the ball to create this lag and to hold that lag is to stabilize the bat to make sure that the bat is going to hit the ball where you're looking and where the hands are placed, so that you will be hitting that ball in the right spot. Because if you hit the ball in the right spot, then the ball is going to go farther, more because of where the bat actually made contact with the ball, which could be even more important than the actual bat speed itself. Okay? And we call that smash factor. So the smash factor is given a certain miles an hour of the swing, that the athlete is swinging the bat in a given miles per hour. If you take a fixed miles per hour of bat speed, then how far the ball is going to go is going to be a function of where the bat actually makes contact with the ball, which is an extremely important factor. Well, to keep that consistent and accurate, what we need to do is have a stable bat head through the zone. The way you keep a stable bat head through the zone is to maintain your bat lag. So let's look up the top here, and I want to give you an example and try to demonstrate this. I've taken my wife's necklace of pearls here, and we're going to take those pearls and we're going to shove those pearls forward, and you can see that the pearls go in all different directions. They're very unstable. You cannot control where those pearls are going to travel to. But if you pull the pearls with your hands, you will see that it's very predictable and stable as to where those pearls are going to go. They're going to go with the hands. So if you keep the hands in front of the pearls and pull the pearls forward, then you can see how straight that is compared to if you were to push the pearls. Look how unstable and erratic the position of the pearls are. Well, down here when we're looking at the swing, if we keep our bat behind our hands and create that lag, then that's analogous to pulling the pearls so that the pearls are going to be stable and they're going to follow our hands. So for this bat to be stable, that bat needs to be behind our hands to create stability and to make sure that you are accurate in where you're placing that bat on the ball. All right. Now, what we typically see, especially in young hitters, is they'll slow their hands down right about here, and then they release the lag early with their hands going very slow, and what happens is the bat actually gets in front of the hands, which is the same thing as pushing those pearls, and now you've got a very unstable situation here, and you're not going to have a good smash factor and make contact with where the ball should be made, should be hit. Therefore, what we need to do is to keep that lag. See how the wrist is still back and the bat is behind the hands, and the hands keep on going in front of the bat all the way to contact with the ball. Now we'll look at his hands when he makes contact with the ball. Now, since you have this stable, very accurate swing of the bat to make the contact with the ball the way where you want it to, now watch his wrist. He can use his arms and his wrist to add power to the swing, but not until then. So the mistake that many young hitters make is keeping their hands, slowing their hands down right about here in the middle of the swing, and then releasing their wrist, throwing and whipping the tip of the bat in front of their hands, creating a very unstable situation. Therefore, hitting ground balls, pop-up, weak spinners to the second baseman. So one thing that I tell my athletes is to hold that angle. Create that lag, hold the angle, Then when you get in the punch position, what I call the punch position is the position this right arm is in right here. That right arm is bent, and the right arm is in a position to go forward through the ball as if you are going to punch somebody right in the stomach. We need to get into that punch position prior to the ball getting in the hitting zone. In other words, you want the punch position to be behind the ball. When you have that punch position before you get to that ball, you are holding the angle in your right wrist, and then once you make contact, and as you are making contact, then release your wrist, extend your arms long through the ball. But you do not want to slow your hands down and flip the bat. Now you're going to be hitting a lot of weak ground balls, spinners, and pulling the ball to the third base side foul most of the time. So this concept of lag has a lot of benefits to it. That is increasing power, because right here you're releasing that lag as you get to the ball. That's going to be your power. It's going to make you short to the ball, and it's going to keep you from wrapping around to the outside of the ball with the end of the bat, hitting the ball foul on the ground or having spinners. So a good thing to do would be to put something on the right panel, left panel, and the center panel of a batting cage, and then put the ball on a tee, and then have your athlete work on bat position and bat stabilization using this technique, and actually tell them to hit the right side of the cage, the left side of the cage, the middle of the cage. Give them something actually to aim at. They don't have to be swinging hard, but they need to be working on bat control. If they cannot do that and perform that drill, then chances are they're slowing their hands down and flipping their wrist, and now they're not maintaining the angle and creating stability in the swing. Hope this helps. Dr. Terry Shepard, and we will talk to you again later.